Well, welcome back to the Chelmsford Forum. We're between periods 1 and 2 between Marshfield and St. Mary's. We are scoreless. One penalty called in the first period. It came near the end of the first period. It was called on Marshfield. St. Mary's will come out with 24 seconds left on that minor penalty to go. So they'll have a very abbreviated power play. We want to welcome to MyHockeyLive tonight, welcome back, BrandonConnelly. And Brendan, great to have you with us. You told me you're here covering the South Shore tonight, and the South Shore very well represented.
I mean, it didn't look like it at midpoint that we might even have a shot at this. And the thing I've been here to watch is to see how Marshfield's going to do. Just a couple weeks ago, you were actually just had one of the coaches from the Ed Burns Classic on, and
right, Chris Kuchar.
Exactly, and then back a couple weeks ago, Marshfield was also taking part of that, and they lost to Arlington in painful fashion 4-2. And I actually spoke with Dan Connelly afterward, and he said that he wasn't feeling as good, and his coaching staff, he felt even more dejected. They thought their shots at a Super 8 tournament bid might have been going by the wayside, but they caught fire, and here they are, a chance to keep doing some damage, and it looks like through one period they have the momentum.
Yeah, the first part of that period was definitely Marshfield carrying the play, and oddly enough, St. Mary's with a couple of kind of mysterious turnovers there in the first 4 or 5 minutes, deep in their own end of the ice. And you know, you hate to say there's a case of nerves or anything, and I won't say that definitively, but you know, some funny turnovers right in the scoring zone. And Marshfield, I think, was a couple of times surprised to get the puck there, and just didn't know what to do with it, really.
Well, the recipe to winning in the Super 8 is to not turn the puck over, because every team within the field can hurt you at any point.
Right.
And turnovers tend to be the killer and the deciding factor. So St. Mary's, they're pretty lucky at this point to still be in this one. I had it in terms of shots 9-4. You said you had it at 10-2. So if Marshfield keeps this up, don't be surprised if you see somebody come out here in the second period and put one on the board. And guys I look to see are the Kolars and Paul Rourke.
Yeah, those are guys they do look to have opportunities to score and to bury them when they do get the opportunities.
Yes, and they have been doing it all season long. Coach Connelly shuffling things up a little bit on his starting lineup here, but it seems to be working to this point, and their transition game has looked outstanding. Just going to be key to see who steps up first and gets that opening tally, and I think that'll be the thing that changes all the momentum in this game.
And of course, the reward for the winner of this is a date with BC High this Sunday.
And not necessarily the best present you could ask for, but in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. And whoever does end up advancing here, it's going to be tough for them. We saw BC High first game of the year against a national powerhouse in Don Bosco. They dropped that game, and they really haven't missed a beat since. That was their tune-up, and ever since they've just been rolling through their competition. If BC High, in my opinion, is the favorite to win the Super 8 tournament, as I'm sure they are for most other experts and media members out there. But like I said, Super 8, anything can happen. All the best teams in the state are here.
Yeah, and of course the loser does not go home tonight. They go back into their respective Division I tournament. And, you know, talking with a couple of people before the game, I mean, both those tournaments are going to be very competitive this year. Of course, we saw in game number 1, Duxbury dropping that one to Zavarian 4-2. Zavarian popping in an open net goal to secure that in an exciting game. It was tied 2-2 after 2, and Zavarian was able to score a goal in the third about halfway through, and then got the eventual insurance goal on an empty net goal. But that was a pretty well played game, and up and down, and both teams had a chance to win it. And now Duxbury will go in the D1 South tournament, and they will be considered one of the favorites.
Oh, I would say so. Duxbury, before about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were just dominating, and they hit some of the toughest opponents in the state at the end of their schedule, and then they came out here in the first game and they had a 2-0 lead. Couldn't contain Zavarian down the stretch, and I got to give Zavarian credit. Just they fought through so much adversity over the year, a couple losses on their schedule, and they squeaked into the field with a nomination, and now they have a chance. It's not going to be easy going up against Pope Francis next game as the number 2 seed. And I've seen them play a couple times. They look pretty legitimate, and they're definitely the team to beat in Western Mass, and definitely, actually, I should just say the entire Western Mass portion of the state.
Sure, and they'll be, you know, pretty much consensus number 2 team behind BC High, and they tied recently, I believe, and Pope Francis had a couple of ties, but you know they've only got 1 loss all year, and that was to BC High. They played twice, but you know it's going to be It's going to be a great tournament, and it's not BC High and Pope Francis 1 and 2, but no game is a gimme in this tournament.
Isn't that why we play the games?
It is.
Isn't that why we come out here and we pack these arenas to see these games? That's what we hope for every year, and I'm expecting the fun to continue the next 3 or 4 weeks.
BrandonConnelly from WATD, familiar name on the South Shore, and great to have you with us and giving your insights here. We'll probably talk to you again as the tournament moves forward, Brendan.
Looking forward to it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Teams coming back on the ice now for period number 2. St. Mary's in white and Marshfield in green. And great to have BrandonConnelly. Great to a lot of guys from different media here tonight, and it's great to talk hockey with them and exchange ideas. And everybody sees teams differently. They've seen teams different number of times this year, so we don't always get the same impression or same opinions. And that's what makes the world go around, are the differing opinions. So it's great to have these guys with us, and we appreciate BrandonConnelly coming on the MyHockeyLive airwaves.